Everybody should be muted. Um, okay, so I'm excited. I don't know, like the Boom Challenge today got me really pumped up because you guys are like all pushing and enrolling and everybody's doing so good. And I was like planning a Zoom for this week and I was like, why should I wait? Might as well just do it today. So I just wrote some notes about what I want to talk about and I'm going to go through everything on here. Yes, I hit record. Okay. So first, I want to talk about enrolling because I feel like that's where everybody is constantly asking questions, like how to enroll loyal customers and distributors. I'm going to start with loyal customers because right now that's my strong point. And I feel like what I'm doing is working. And I know I've shared this script with you guys that I've been using, but I just want to like talk about it and like tell you guys literally how simple it is what I'm doing, and that I'm not like doing anything extra at all. I'm literally not. I'm just doing this every day, and I could be doing it more, which is my goal. Because I don't know if you guys follow Cassie Westland. It used to be Montoya, and Nayara Rubira. I cannot say her name. Not even try. Well, this is who I got this message from, and they've been signing like 85 loyal customers a month. I know last month Cassie signed 98. This month Nayara signed 84. Like literally they're messaging, which they also, you have to keep in mind too, like they don't have kids and they don't have, like they do it works full time. So obviously they have more time than some of us. But how I'm looking at it is I've been signing 25 loyal customers a month, last month and this month, doing that. And so that's like how I make it work with having a kid and other stuff going on. And obviously being pregnant, I'm tired all the time, but trying to push through that. So you have to do like what makes time for you. Kind of give yourself a goal, be realistic. If you're signing 4 loyal customers in a month, that's your steps to success, as long as you're filling, those 4 loyal customers. You don't have to sign 84 loyal customers or even 20 to be a good, distributor, or like feel like you're being successful. Literally the company just wants you to do the steps to success. So that's your goal. But like, I always just try to shoot for more than that because I know I can sign more than that. I would say that like on average, I'm sending at least 50 messages a day. And that's including like the weekends. I try not to ever miss a day because I feel like on Saturdays, I used to not really like message on the weekends. I would kind of like, whatever, not do anything on Saturday and Sunday. And I get a lot of responses on Saturdays because a lot of people aren't working, or they finally have time to like sit and talk to you. And then I'll also follow up on Saturdays with people who I talked to throughout the week who we didn't ever like even get the conversation started really, or we didn't ever finish the conversation because sometimes they're just literally working and forget. I had a girl today that I've been like sending her a message like every day for the past 2 days because she was supposed to order, and she was like, I'm sorry, I was in a car accident. And I was like, oh, like I felt bad, but she freaking got on there and ordered, and she's like, thanks for being patient with me. And I was like, I don't feel like I was very patient with you, but okay. So following up is huge. And sometimes I forget, like it's easy to forget like who you've talked to and stuff. So I just like with that script that I sent you guys, I get their phone numbers. So I can just scroll through my phone and look at, the numbers or the people I've been talking to. And I can just go through and text all those people and kind of like read the conversation and see how it went. I'll talk about following up later, but just like daily follow-ups, that's what I do. Like sometimes conversations just stop and I'll try to get those conversations going again, or I'll send that, hey, this is Kristen. I'm needing somebody for blah, blah, blah. And they don't say anything. And I just assume that it's because they forgot to write me back or they were busy. I don't just assume that means they weren't interested. So I just say, hey, did you get my last message? Is now a better time to talk, or something simple like that. Hold on. This is that girl that literally wants to order a million things. Oh, jeez. Okay. People. Okay. Sorry. Not even going to say anything. But, okay. So what I've been doing, we're just going to kind of break it down. like I said, so I started where I only message on Instagram too. That's just me. If you want to message on Facebook, go for it. I just don't have that big of a market on Facebook, and I like Instagram so much more. It's just more comfortable for me, and I have more followers, more people in different places. Facebook is kind of for me like people that I've already talked to or people that I talk to on a daily basis and whatnot. Whenever I was blocked on Instagram, I messaged on Facebook, but it's like my backup. So I scrolled to the bottom of my followers, which takes forever, and then I started messaging from there. And I try to remember, like I take a screenshot where I stopped, and before I go back, I try to like memorize a couple of the names or pictures or something. Just kind of depends on how your brain works. But I'm good with like faces, so I can like remember their profile picture. So I'll like scroll and like look for that person, or I'll recognize somebody or something like that. I don't know if that's weird or not, but that's what I do. And I try to message slow, not just like click, copy, paste, because that's what is getting you blocked. I think that's why I got blocked last time, because I'd only sent 7 messages and it blocked me because it said I was going too fast. So I try to like take a second. I like a couple of their pictures. And then I always look at their last picture to see when they last posted, because sometimes they haven't posted in 2 years. And so I just go ahead and unfollow that person because I assume that their account is inactive anyways. I don't really want to waste my time messaging somebody who hasn't been on Instagram in 2 years. So I do that. And then I go through and, like I said, do it slow. I don't ever send more than like 20 in an hour unless it's on accident. Sometimes you just get in the zone, but I try to count them as I'm going. I do between 10 and 20. If I do 20, I normally wait 2 hours before I message again. So it gives me a little bit of a break and helps me with not getting blocked next time. I did notice that if it says failed to send when you're trying to send a message, stop messaging, because I'm pretty sure that's like a warning, like you're about to get blocked. Because last time, that's what I noticed. It said failed to send, so I tried to do it again, and then I got blocked. And so the other day I was messaging, I think it was yesterday, and it said that, and so I just stopped messaging, and I didn't message for a few hours. I didn't have any problems or anything like that, but just like pay attention and don't, overdo it or do it too fast. Like, you don't have to be turtle mode or anything, like if you're trying to get it done, but don't just like copy and paste a million messages in 30 seconds, because that's probably going to get you blocked. As far as the conversation goes, like I sent you guys the script. If you don't have it, then just let your leader or me know and I can send it again or whatever. But I literally don't stray away from that. It doesn't matter what they say, really. Like if they say, I send that first message, well, what are the products, or how much is it, or what do I have to do? I just send, what's your number? It's easier to text than direct message. That's what I say first, because that, when I text them, I can answer any of those questions. So I get their phone number. Someone told me that when they ask for the phone number, they're not getting anything further than that, or they feel like the people aren't responding because of that. So if that, like, also in this business, do what works for you. Like, this is working for me, but if you feel more comfortable talking to them on Instagram instead of text message, then that's fine. I just feel like getting their number has helped me a lot with follow-ups and like talking and being more personal with people, because I feel like too, like a lot of people don't check their Instagram Messenger very often. Like a lot of them probably don't even have their notifications on or know how to use it. So I just like to get their phone number. So I do that. I get their phone number and sorry, my allergies. What was I saying? Get their phone number and I just, hey, this is Kristen. This is what I'm interested in, or this is what I have. They tell me, I give them the description. They say, okay. And then that's just when I send the pricing information. I just send it because you always want to assume the sale, like assume that they're going to order. And so send the price, sound good. Yeah. Or even if they ask a question or something, like I'll answer their question and then say in that same message, yay, would you like me to place the order for you real quick? Or, walk you through to my website. I do that every single time. Like I literally don't stray away from it. And I think that that's what's helping me, because before I would just like get sidetracked by their questions or try to like overthink it, I guess. And now that I just follow this, like I feel like that's how I'm like sealing the deal. And a lot of times like people who I message that day will sign up, and I literally think it's just because of this script. Okay, so as far as enrolling distributors, I haven't been messaging for them. That's not something I necessarily like to do, just because it doesn't work for me very well, but I'm not against it. Like I was talking about Nayara earlier, she messages for distributors, and I sent you guys her message in the chat the other day. And she does message for distributors, and then Cassie doesn't. Like it's literally just a personal preference. Like if you feel comfortable doing that and if you have a lot of success from it, then do it. And if you don't, then don't. I get a lot of my distributors just from following up with people and posting, and just like being really personal in my post, or even like the ones where I'm like looking for somebody who is tired of, I had one the other day, I don't remember what it was, but it like kind of gives like specific requirements or like things that they're sick of, and you kind of like open their eyes to it. I always get messages whenever I do posts like that, but I don't do them all the time because I feel like that's kind of like salesy. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So I know that like you guys want like the secret to signing distributors and stuff, but there really isn't one. You just kind of have to find what works for you, and people will come around. Like distributors are just harder, and you have to talk to them a lot more, and you can't just follow a script when you're talking to distributors. You have to be personal with them, and you can't just copy and paste like you can with loyal customers. I feel like it's just so different. You have to be personal and actually take time to like get to know them and what their goals are and all that stuff. So that has been helping me a lot too, is like getting their goals and like talking about it. Cause when I follow up with them, I can bring it up and I just save it in my notes on my phone under their name. Okay. So I was going to talk about Instagress. I know I've been talking about this a lot lately, but it's because I'm obsessed with it. I started doing it, and I'm so pissed I didn't know about it until 2 years into the business, because I probably would have like 30,000 followers by now. But I have set it up. I just refreshed it, so it's not going to show. But like I had in 2 days liked 1,800 people's pictures. Like it liked 1,800 people's stuff for me. And then I had unfollowed 1,000 and followed like 800 or something. And so I've been getting like 100 followers every 2 days. And they're like, I still keep my profile on public or private. That way that I can look through and make sure I'm not accepting all these weirdos. But I've chosen like what boutiques for it to follow people from. So I kind of know, and I've done like females only. And so I kind of know that like I'm not going to get a bunch of weirdos, but I like to look at it just in case. Sorry. Okay. So that's really all about Instagram. There's that video I sent you guys. That's where I got all my ideas from, because I had no idea how to use it when I first looked at it. I was like, what? And you can buy like a 10-day thing. It's like $4. And so I just did that just to see like how I liked it and stuff after the 3-day trial. And then you can just go from there, whatever you want to do. Posting. So lately with my posting, I haven't, like I used to be like, I have to post 9 times a day, 9 to 12 times a day, or else I'm failing at life. And I felt like I was sucking it up. Well, I was just kind of throwing posts together, like random stuff that nobody even really probably read or liked. And now like my goal is like 6 good posts. And I'm more intentional with my posting. I like to have, in the morning, I always make a live post every single morning. That's like the first thing I do whenever I wake up, is like I try to get that post out there, because I feel like so many people are looking at their phones, or like they're going to work and they don't want to be, and all that stuff. So I feel like that's important. And then throughout the day, I'll just like throw in, a couple product posts and an interactive post, trying to get comments on my posts and stuff, or more likes. Like, I swear, if you post a picture of puppies, you will get freaking hundreds of likes, and then you have more people that are watching you and following you just because they like that one post. Everybody loves puppies, or maybe you're a cat person. I'm not, but post a picture of a cute little cat or something. I swear, it's crazy, but it works. And all you have to do is get on Pinterest and search these things. Like, literally half of my posts come from Pinterest. And then it's good to, okay, I'm not going to get off track. So, I do that, or like the funny memes that you see on Facebook and stuff. You can just put those on Instagram. People think it's funny and they like it, and they think you're funny and they like you. So it's like, you just want to get people's attention. You don't want to be like a robot and posting the same things every day that people are just like bored of watching your Instagram page. Courtney Boyer is a really good person to watch for this. Like, she always does like really funny posts or like good interactive posts and stuff. And she's gotten a lot of followers since she started doing that. Follow-ups. Sorry, I'm just kind of like running through all this so I don't run out of time. Kind of talked about it already, but being personal is like the main thing that's helped me with my follow-ups. I'm not going to lie, like last year, towards the end of the year, I stopped following up every Friday. I got lazy and I got discouraged, and I was like, oh, I'll follow up next week. And then the next week, I'll follow up next week. But before, like, I was following up every single Friday. I never missed a Friday. Like, that was my thing on Fridays, is follow up. And I've started doing that again. And what do you know? Like, I'm signing distributors and customers and all of these things because I'm actually staying on top of it. And it doesn't even take that long. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can sit there and follow up with a few people. And then you can follow up with some more people later. Like last Friday, I just took a break, like a little break, and then finished my follow-ups. I just kind of go off of the conversation of where it ended. I haven't really been sending like something that I copy and paste. Just kind of look at where we left off and then go from there. With customers, I have been sending like, I have one spot, are you interested or whatever. But I also changed that if like they were going to order and didn't. I'm like, hey, I still have your spot saved. Do you want to complete your order? Something like that. Sorry, I'm like, my throat is so dry. So being personal and follow-ups basically is what that was about. So I want to talk to you guys too. We kind of talked about this a little bit in the chat, is like self-affirmation. And Kate is about to be Ruby. And Sam is Samuelin, sorry I call you Sam. It's about to be executive. Sorry, I'm excited. Okay, so self-affirmation. So I was talking to Cassie after she went presidential. She literally, like, I was just blown away by her. She just kind of like came out of nowhere going presidential. It's like, what just happened? She promoted in January. Like, she was the only person to promote presidential in January. It's crazy. And she didn't even know what the bonuses were going to be yet. Obviously, they're going to be good, but she didn't know for sure what it was going to be. And so she was like, literally, it was just like, and I feel like it sounds crazy sometimes to people who don't get it. And I always kind of thought it was stupid at first, but it is true. Like, she was like, I was just telling myself, I'm going to promote to presidential. I'm going to enroll loyal customers. And she's like, my attitude like changed everything. And I have noticed, like, whenever I have a good attitude and like I know something's going to happen, or I tell myself it's going to happen, I'm more excited about it. And I'm more excited in my conversations, and I'm more patient with people. I don't know, like, I'm just super pumped, and it doesn't matter if somebody tells me no. I'm like, I'm doing this. I am doing this. I have like sticky notes all over my computer. My husband was like, what the heck is going on in here? I'm like, I'm telling you, like, I'm signing this many customers and doing this and doing that. And so I write it in my planner, Like at the beginning of the month, I write down all the things I'm going to do. And I just like tell myself, and I feel like it does help me. I don't ever get discouraged. Like I don't ever let myself think, well, I thought it was going to happen this month and it's not, or this person isn't working, or this person isn't doing this. Like I just don't let that stuff get in my head at all. But I'm also very red. So that's another thing you guys have to understand about me is like, I don't do excuses well, not for myself and not from other people. So that's why I'm just like focused. And if it doesn't happen, like it's going to happen the next month, like I'm going to push as hard as I possibly can. And then that way I know like if it doesn't, then that's like I did literally all that I could do for that month. So you have to remember that. And the 6 list is super amazing. If you guys have been doing that, making 6 things you're going to do for your business that day. And I'm just a list person too, so that helps me a lot, like stay on track. And I like to check things off my list. So that's been helping me a lot. And it can be like simple things, just like following up with people or sending out 10 messages, like however many messages you plan on sending out that day, just anything that works for you. Another thing with that is it helps you to take advantage of your time. So I know like not everybody stays at home. People have jobs in school and all these different things going on. So whenever you do have time, don't waste your time scrolling through your Facebook news feed or Instagram news feed or watching videos that are like, my husband will sit there and watch 10-minute video and be like, why did I just watch this? If you do that, like stop doing that. Anytime I start scrolling through Facebook, I stop myself and I'm like, dude, I could be messaging people right now instead of doing this, because why do I even do this? It's half the time I get mad about their posts anyways, because I just think people are crazy. But take that time to message 10 people. You probably could have messaged 20 people in the time you just scrolled through this nonsense on Facebook. And you just have to like really take advantage of your time. And also like another big thing I want to say is that posting is not asking. And that just always like stays in my mind, because you do, like I do get interactions off my posts and customers and stuff off my posts, but probably 85 to 90% of my customers come from messaging. And they always have, like ever since I started, I have messaged people. And that's what works for me. And that's what I like to do. I feel like if I'm not messaging, I'm not doing anything productive for that day. And I get mad at myself. So just take advantage of that time. And if you have an extra 10 minutes, send 5 messages, I don't know, 2 messages, whatever you can do counts. If you take bathroom breaks, like Courtney, when she signed up, she was, working full-time, going to school full-time, planning a wedding. Like she did all of she promoted to presidential on bathroom breaks, and like staying up later and waking up earlier than normal. Or if, wake up an hour, 30 minutes to an hour early and send out 20 messages. Doesn't take that much time. It really doesn't. And then next time you look at your phone, you can respond to those people if you have time. A lot of people aren't expecting you to write them back right that second anyways. So make sure that you're doing that. Following up with your loyal customers is something that I have made it a point to do every single month, because I'm determined, like I'm signing all these loyal customers and I don't just want to lose them after 3 months, because I feel like that's also like a waste of my time. Not necessarily a waste of my time, but like a lot of times loyal customers turn into distributors. And when I first started, that's where all my distributors came from. Like literally all of my distributors were customers first. And it's because I was keeping in touch with them. So in my planner or in my phone, I do both. I have 10 minutes. Jeez. Okay. I only have 2 more things on here. In my planner or in my phone, I make a note 2 weeks after they ordered to message them and make sure they got their products, they know how to use them. I also tell them when they order to text me and let me know when they get the products, especially if it's the cleanse or wraps, so I can tell them how to use it so they don't feel like they just wasted their money. Sorry, I didn't see the chat. So I just tell them, how to use it. With the cleanse, I send the system thing where it tells them what to eat, what not to eat, tell them how to drink it, drink lots of water, blah, blah, blah. So I do that, and then I follow up in 2 weeks, and then I follow up 3 days before their auto ship runs again to make sure that they like their product, or if they want to switch to something else, that gives them time to change it, since you have 48 hours to change your order. And then 3 days before their third auto shipment, I do the same thing, and then I ask them if they like their products, and I ask them if they would be interested in the business if they really love the products. If they're like, yes, I loved it so much, then a lot of times they're going to want to, share it with people too. I'm like, well, I liked it, so other people will like it. So that's something that I've been doing. I just keep it in my planner or my phone. I have an alarm that goes off for me to message those people. And you have to really stay on top of that if you're going to do it, because obviously if you're signing customers, you don't want to have to go back and look at each person when they signed, when you need to follow up. I just do it as I sign them up. Like, signed up somebody today, okay, in 2 weeks, I put it in my phone to follow up with their, easy as that. Especially since normal shipping is like 7 to 14 days. I feel like 2 weeks is the perfect time, because they may have it and not have used it yet. I feel like a lot of people don't use it as soon as it comes in the mail. Some people do, but normally if they're those people, they're texting you anyways. So I do that, and then obviously at the end I tell them about their perk points and things like that. And then I have 7 minutes to tell you how I've been training my new distributors. So Jade did a video in our Diamonds chat, and it opened my eyes to so many different things that I used to do that I don't do anymore, and that I need to do. And it's basically holding my new distributors' hands. I feel like I've kind of gotten oh, you're new, you can figure it out, Not like you can not really figure everything out, but I don't want to sit there and help people like I used to get started. I don't know. I just feel like they should take off by themselves. I got better, I guess. I don't know what happened. So I've been doing where I sign them up and I tell them let's see, I have 6 minutes. I can do this. Where's this message at? What? Sorry. My phone is seriously blowing up at the wrong time. Where is that post? Okay. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing Jade where she introduces her new distributors, and she's like, from whatever state they're from, so-and-so is not going to start supplementing her income from home starting now, blah, blah, blah. It's this long paragraph. And she tags them in it so that people know that she's doing it, and that and then her team also knows that she's signing distributors, and it's not impossible, I guess. And then I've been sending them this message, and it says, okay, so I want you to understand I'm here for you 100% of the way. Basically, how I coach is I match your efforts. So if you want to run, I'll run with you. If you want to go at your own pace, I'll go at your pace. Your goal in your first 72 hours is 4 loyal customers, and then I offer them a t-shirt if they do that. If they get 4 loyal customers in 72 hours, I'll give them a free It Works t-shirt. So I mentioned that. And then I say, so I'm going to add you to our team page, give you your first post to make on Facebook and Instagram, give you the message to start sending out. When people start to respond, screenshot me their responses, and I'll walk you through the conversation and add you to our page full of posts that you can copy and paste, called Posts for Customers. Does that sound good? So I just started this today, and I did it with my 2 girls that I signed last night, and I feel like it's working really well already. They're screenshotting me their conversations, and I'm able to help walk them through it. And then I went back and also sent it to people that I signed earlier in the month. And I'm able to help them walk through the conversation. It also helps you realize who's actually trying and who's not. So you're not wasting your time, I don't know, helping people that aren't working, I guess. Also, if I'm moving customers or distributors under them, I'm not telling them. If they ask me point blank and say, like, did you move this person under me? Obviously, I'll tell them yes. But I'm not saying, hey, I'm moving a customer under you or I'm moving a distributor under you, because then I feel like they feel like they're entitled and that you're just going to build their business for them whether they work or not. So I'm just kind of like secretly moving them and letting them, like, not even telling them to move their loyal customers. If they're signing customers, they can keep them because I want everybody to be working. And then I'll move, to get my people fast start qualified and stuff. Send them the first post. It's just like the same one. It's just a generic, like, I'm new to it, works, blah, blah, blah. I don't have time to read it. And then I give them the message that I gave you guys to send out and tell them it's step by step, just follow the conversation. And that way, like, it gets people messaging right away, because that's how I got my first 4 loyal customers, is I messaged people and I was excited about it, and it was my friends and family, but still, like, once I got them, I started messaging other people. And I just say, like, pick 25 people to start out and send this message to. And then they get excited. Like, everybody today, all my new people, were really excited because people were telling them they're going to order on Friday or order tomorrow or whatever. And so it lets them know that people really are interested in these products. Because I feel like if they're new and they're just posting and they're not getting comments, they give up because they think that nobody, is interested in it. But really, I don't get a ton of customers off my post either, and I probably have way more followers than they do. And so it's really more about messaging and getting it out there. Sam, no, I haven't been bitter to you. I don't feel like I've been bitter to everybody. I've just been kind of like just annoying myself. I don't know. Just need to hold people's hand. Okay. Yeah. Tori, I have like 2 minutes. Are you talking about how she does like the index cards? Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah. She also has, I don't know, the video might be in Boom Time. I didn't see it, but she also has it on YouTube, I think. And yeah, it is really good. I bought index cards to do that. I just haven't done it yet. Okay. So I have less than a minute. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Also, dang, I don't have my binder. Okay, real fast. It might cut me off. But I have a list of like my new distributors. I write their name and a little mark that I check whenever they're fast start qualified. And then I have another mark that I check when they're paid. So that way I can keep track of my weekly bonuses. And also I can write down like how much volume or loyal customer somebody needs to be fast start qualified, and they're in order. So I fill that person first, get my bonus, that person next, get my bonus. So anyways, hope this was helpful. And sorry I talked super fast the entire time, but I wanted to get through my 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions, just ask in the chat or message me. It's probably going to cut me off. It said less than a minute. I swear, like 2 minutes ago. All right, and I did record this, so I'll post it on my YouTube. Bye, everybody.